Yeah, boy. Sneakies, it's me, Fifi, and I'm back. I'm back again today with another SHINee reaction for you guys. And this is, of course, part 2 of my Hard album first listen. If you've happened to miss part 1 and my reaction to the MV, you can, well, if you're watching this on the date dropped, it's literally the last 2 videos I posted. Or if you're watching this sometime in the future, you'll be able to find them in my SHINee playlist on my channel with all my other SHINee reactions. This is part 2, which means it will consist of the 4 remaining B-sides, which are Like It, Sweet Misery, Insomnia, and Gravity. I'm super excited. Let's just go. Disclaimer, I will not be reading lyrics whilst listening to these songs. This is my first time hearing the songs, so I want to concentrate on the music production and their vocals, which is my priority. The lyrics distract me from that, so I'll read them later in my own time. There are plenty of reactors out there who will do lyric readings. I'm just trying to vibe. If you want to vibe with me, then cool. Okay, let's finish this album with the remaining B-sides, and we're starting off with Like It.
순식간에 마음을 지배해
날
부르며 손짓한 그때 그곳을 향해 나를 던져볼래 선명하게 끈 튠 달들 멀어져
I'm about to ascend.
한 번도 본 적 없는 세계로 데려가 너만이
Focus. Yeah, it's got a new disco vibe, which is housey and disco, and I'm here for it. Like early 2000s new disco sound. I love it. Yeah. Ooh, it's those 3 chords for me. Can you get that guitar in the back as well? Oh, nice little delay drops. Whoa! I like it. Lots of catchy hooks in this album. I like it. Also, the harmonies going on in the back, the layers. That was very short. Okay, I love that. It was giving me like early 2000s sort of new disco sound. I don't know if you guys know, but the direct link. There's a direct link from disco music to house music. So the house music pioneers, a lot of their influences and the direct route came straight from disco music. So a lot of the time you can hear a lot of influences, especially in early house music where it sounds quite similar to disco. Even to this day, there's a lot of similarities in it. And I think that like in the 2000s, there was this like resurgent, I can't say that word. Anyway, and you just had all these sort of new, it's called now, I think it's called new disco, where it's these house songs that had a really strong disco sound in them still, and that's what that chorus was giving me. As you know, I'm really bored of disco sounds, but I'm not bored of the new disco sound, which is a little bit more towards the housey side. I loved it, and I loved those 3 chords. Dun, dun, dun. Fantastic. The harmonies in that was stunning. The layering was perfection. I loved it. Another summer bop. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, next up we have Sweet Misery. I like this title. Oh.
잊혀지거나 이미 잊혀졌거나 그 사이 어디쯤에 멈춰 있거나
Wow.
뭐 달라질 게 없는 너와 나
This little hi-hat.
Yeah, can't deny 기억 수면 아래 우린 멈춘 시간 속에 아직
That's it.
평화로운 세상 속에 숨쉬어 I'm in sweet misery
Oh. Misery. Oh.
기억 아래 넌 환상처럼 펼쳐져 더 깊이 꿈을 꾸고 있어
It's very pretty. Another catchy hook. Wow.
세상을 보라 흔적을 남긴 채 수평선보다 깊이 마음을 던지지
That
별이 내게 더 닿지 못하게 달아나듯이 아무것도 남지 않는 듯이 그 이상이 하도 아닌 전부 지나버린 우리
Something very 80s about this decade. Wow. It's actually might be one of my favourite tracks on the album. Not my usual type of vibe.
놓지 않고 싶다 기억 아래 넌 환상처럼 펼쳐져 더 깊이 꿈을 꾸고 있어 수면 아래 내린 moonlight 날 잔잔했던 너의 미소 같아 손을 내밀어 물결 속에 날 어루만져 baby 깊이 나를 이끌어내
Slow register.
Baby, please never let go. I'm in sweet misery. 그 안에 난 갇혀. Sweet memories. 푸른 창밖에서 우리 너무도 아름다울 뿐인걸. Sweet 더 깊이 가라앉고 싶어. I think I need you.
Yeah, I think I need you. Oh. Ooh. Wow, 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 we wow. Wow. Oh my god, that gave me goosebumps. That was such a beautiful song, and that might actually be one of my favourites on the album so far. I'm not usually into songs like that too much, but that was really, really beautiful. I definitely feel like there were little elements of synthwave in there, that sort of sound, and specific instrumentation like the synths, but I absolutely loved it. The sweet misery, those melodies were beautiful. I loved how there was sort of certain breaks within the instrumental, that it would be like bam, and it would come back in. There was something a little bit sad about it, which is very, very interesting, because the title of the track is Sweet Misery. So it did have this bittersweet feeling to it, because it had the sweetness, it had that sort of almost comforting, happy feeling, but then it also had the misery side, where I feel like there was something very nostalgic, but in a sad way, where you miss something, in a sense. Do you know what I mean? I really, really enjoyed that. Let's go on to the next one. Let's go. Next up, we have Insomnia. I'm gonna faint, collapse and be sick and die. This is the best track on the album. That's it. That's it. Oh! Where's it cutting out? Oh, that pad sounds so good. Oh! Big! Ah! Oh! This is too good. Is that harmonies in the back? That guitar in the back. Those pads. The way that... Ah! I need to check who produced this. Who wrote and produced this? Then that funky bass comes in. Boom. 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 Slow. There's harmonies in the back as well. Yeah! Is that church organ in the back? I can't work it out. Don't do this to me. The piano. Someone's popping off like Maxwell in the back there. Coolest Scooby Maxwell a little bit. Oh! That is by far easily, those of you who know, you know that is exactly my type of song. That is my favorite song on the album, hands down. Bro, those verses, the pads, those the way it was sort of coming in and out again. Do you know what those verses reminded me of a little bit? It reminded me of Don't Stop. That's my favorite SHINee song of all time. Don't stop. Don't stop. That's my favorite SHINee song of all time. I love Don't Stop with all my heart. And those verses, the chorus not so much I feel, but those verses with the pads and just the vibe it was giving me in general, that's what it reminded me of. Bro, the melodies, the way that was rapping in the, oh my god, the guitar in the chorus, that's going on my top 10 songs this year. I think my top 10 songs this year is full almost. Whoa! That was so good. Let's go on to the last and final track. Let's go. Last but not least, we now have Gravity. Dum 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 dum.
잠이 오지 않아 나 자꾸 네가 생각나 공허해 왠지
Was that brass or voice manipulation?
난네 주위를 맴돌아 밀어내도 느껴진 이끌림
What is that?
어둠을 깨운 달빛 내게 속삭인 듯이 말을 거는 듯한데 You are my blue 때로는 천천히 내게 밀려든 푸른 밤 밤새 잠겨난 하루의 끝 어딘가쯤에 나 홀로 남은 이 시간 이끌려가 내게 You are my gravity gravity 자석처럼 나 끌려가 Gravity, gravity, yeah. 이 느낌은 늘 candy night. Gravity, gravity, yeah. 길을 잃어도 다시 나. Finally, finally, yeah. 결국 내게 닿게 돼. 홀로 헤맸다. 스친 기억에 빨려든 채 몰입한 채 멈춰버린 밤. 포근히 감싸던 너의 그 온기도 생생히 떠올라 You are my blue 때로는 차갑지 저기 멀리서 밀려와 아득해져 난 감정의 끝 엇갈린 그때 서로를 부른 You and I 가까워져 우리 You are my gravity gravity 자석처럼 나 끌려가 gravity
Harmonies again.
이 느낌은 늘 candy night gravity gravity yeah. 길을 잃어도 다시 나 Finally finally yeah. 결국 내게 닿게 돼 익숙해져 버린 맘인걸 너도 알까 멀리 있어도 널 끝도 없이 찾아나 You can't push me just put me 끌어당겨 날 거부 못해 You are my
Whoa.
gravity
Yeah.
당겨 날 gravity 설명이 안 돼 can't describe gravity gravity 결국엔 맘의 끝에 난
Yo.
너와 함께인 듯해
Wow, that song had all the benefits, all the coziness, all the comfortingness of a ballad without being like a boring ballad. Do you know what I mean? That was a perfect way to end the album. That was like a warm hug. It was just such a pretty song. That such beautiful melodies. Again, so consistent from start to finish on this album in terms of the melodies being so nice. That happens all the time with SHINee, but I don't know, for some reason the melodies on this album have just been impeccable, and the ad-libs and the harmonies again, so many nice layers, absolutely stunning, 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 stunning. I love that track as well. I feel like if I was to rate this album, it's a 10 out of 10 for me personally. I didn't really hear a skip on that album. Yeah, there's not one song that would come on and I'd go, yeah, I've got to switch it up. Even the songs, well, there's only really one that necessarily isn't really my vibe, but even the one that could have potentially have been the skip for me isn't even a skip. So that tells you a lot. I feel like they've come back, and I feel like every time they come back, they give us a newer version of themselves without straying too far from who they are as artists, as idols, as people, as SHINee. Fantastic album. I'm so proud of them. When I first got into K-pop, SHINee were definitely one of the groups that I kind of first discovered. SHINee are one of the groups that I'd heard the majority of the discography before starting my channel. That's why I don't have that many reactions of them, because I started my channel in 2018 and I already knew SHINee. So they've been a staple for me, and I'm just so proud of them. I'm glad they're all back, and I can't wait to get even more content from them. My top 3 is, my favourite track on this album is hands down, no doubt, Insomnia. My second favourite track is hands down, no doubt, 10 Times. And now, I wasn't sure between 2 for my third track. I was considering maybe Sweet Misery, but I'm going with Hard. So that's my top 3: Insomnia, 10 Times, and Hard. Let me know your top 3 in the comments, and yeah, that's it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have subscribed, I love you. I love you. Gonna follow me on Instagram, guys. Gonna follow me on Twitter, and yeah, goodbye.
Oh.